lot of hurt and a beautiful daughter caught in between. Let's see if we can get to some healing.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with LaSonya McClain and Danielle Lanier. The two of you have been together for 21 years, married for the last 6. You have 3 children together. Ms. McClain, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why you're here in divorce court today?
I am here today because I recently just found out that my husband has another woman pregnant.
Well, that'll do it.
Yes.
How did you find out that?
Via text message and my daughter. So he has a close relationship with our daughter, who is 20 years old, Yayla. So him and her ended up having some confrontations, and she came to me and she shared with me videos of him and this young lady, you know, hanging out together, which we were separated at the time for the last, like I said, 21 years. Off and on, we have been, you know, we've been off and on for the
whole time. Yeah.
So she shared some things with me, and I shared it with him that I knew, you know, that he was with this young lady, and he got upset with her and told her that she broke the father-daughter code. So that's how I found out. And then come to find out that through Yayla's text messages that I have read, that this young lady was pregnant. Keep in mind, this young lady is 28, and Danielle has a daughter, us not in common, but she's 28. He has a 28-year-old.
So he's
sleeping with his daughter.
But no,
not technically, but you're sleeping
someone
with young
the same
girls.
age as the daughter.
That's...
Mr. Lanier, do you want to respond to that? Tell me your side of that story.
It was a possibility that was true, but I don't know if it
But I have a text message from yesterday morning. I have a text message
from yesterday.
You call her,
Nick,
baby
can
mama,
I see that?
Baby mama, baby mama, I love you. Baby mama. Come on now.
Is that his phone?
This is my phone. No, but he pissed me off, like, literally, where
she just busted my hotel room and took my phone, my money, everything.
It was our hotel room before I got another room.
She just busted my hotel room, took my phone, my money, everything. But no.
When you were here, she busted it. Tell me that story.
She bust up in the well, I opened the door for her.
Why?
Actually, we was going out the night before, but she locked me out of my hotel room. She supposed to have been in another hotel room because she didn't want to stay with me when she got out with me at the car. Locked me out of my hotel room. But in the morning time, she ended up taking my phone, my money, and everything, and went through my phone. So, I mean, I don't even know what text message. I don't even know.
So what you took a screenshot of his phone with your phone?
Yeah.
I explain.
Please.
We initially had a room together. I've been reaching out to you because I look up to you totally. I've been reaching out to you since last year. I watch you all the time. So I finally got on the show, and we had a room together initially.
No.
But we have feuds, and we go back and forth. We go back and forth all the time.
Could you show that to Mr. Lanier, please?
Back and forth all the time. So last night, I was trying to get a lift. I couldn't even figure out how to get a lift because we had been drinking, okay? So I went into the room. I was in the shower. He said I locked him out. Why would I lock you out of the room? I'm in the shower. So instantly got pissed off because he said I locked him out of the room, and he took off and left. So at that point, I went and got me a room. I allowed him to do him and stay wherever, and that's how it started. So then I went back to the room this morning because I wanted to address, after I woke up, some things that he had sent to me.
Mind you, now, we in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, we are.
The mans that she be telling me, like, you know, I'm feeding for this type of he stay here.
I lived here for 5 years. I'm not in another hotel room. I'm on the 6th floor VIP. And I made sure that I got on the floor where you can't come to.
Where you at? But you know I have insecurities about here in Atlanta about, you know what I'm saying, you doing what you're doing with this other guy.
But you got all these females, and I have
he's in Atlanta, this other guy?
Yeah.
I got it.
But we got an 8-year-old. I haven't lived here since I had my son.
I ain't gonna sit back and let you.
I got you. I got you. Were you both drinking last night?
Yes.
No doubt.
No secret. I left work and I was
like, gone with it. Like, I'm scared of the flights. I'm scared of heights. So I'm like, look, I'm trying
And
to go
I
get...
catered to you. Didn't I? Didn't I?
Yeah, you did. But I'm trying to go get me some more drinks so I can get how she... Look.
You want to get as lit as she was.
Yes. So I can vibe with the...
So right
you
there,
know what
tell
I
me
mean?
you got a problem.
You have the same level
But the
of
whole
lit.
thing about it was I come in the elevator, I'm trying to get my phone so we can get an Uber. She can't get it through her phone. So I said, you know what, let me go get my phone off the charger. I couldn't get in my room. I come down the stairs. I got some females in there with me. We talking.
Huh?
I'm telling them that they got, look, I'm telling them that they got off on the wrong thing. We still on, what's the name? This is where I'm getting off at. Y'all got the 6th floor. Y'all got the 6th floor. Y'all got a car.
But he's flirtatious.
But when I come around the corner, she like, I
You
hear
damn-
I hear you talking who you're talking to. I said, well, I was talking to some people over there. What, some feet? I said, yeah. Oh, you too flirtatious for me. I'm like, you didn't even hear nothing I said. Like, how can you tell me I'm flirtatious?
Okay.
Anytime you're not doing
So
me,
now
it's
the
good.
mood, like now the mood has changed.
Right.
You over there on the computer. Now I'm finna sit over here. I'm trying to. Now I got everything together.
Right.
I got everything together. The cab coming.
Okay, we're
She don't know
moving past
this.
that.
The cab coming. She don't know this. The cab coming. Everything.
Because he don't communicate.
You know what she say?
What
She's
she-
mad about the female stuff. Give me the room to the key. Give me the key to the room.
He want me to drink out the bottle or whatever. And I'm like, no, I don't feel comfortable drinking out of a bottle.
But you been
Can you
drinking out the
please go in the house and get me a cup?
You been drinking out the bottle. You try to
ahead.
perceive something that
Mr.
you're not.
Lanier, please.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm having
Yes,
hard
ma'am.
enough
Yes, ma'am.
time as it is.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna be quiet. You been
ahead.
drinking out the bottle, but I'm gonna be quiet. Yes, you're right. Now, this is my
But we've been
room,
drinking.
right?
He trying to get to where I'm
no.
at. We've been drinking.
This
So
is
if
my
I did it, it
room.
was
This is
on
my room,
purpose.
right? You had another room. This is my room.
I didn't have another room before that.
Yes, you did, baby.
Lord have mercy.
When we got to the
But
desk.
when
Now you just.
I did not have another room.
Hey, I'm
When we got
having-
to the desk, you said.
Listen, I'm hanging on by a thread as it
Okay,
is.
okay.
So can we get to the barbecue?
Wait,
Can
wait.
we get to?
Wait.
Yes, we can get to that too.
Hey.
Yes, ma'am.
All I'm trying to figure out is, was that screenshot on her phone a screenshot of your phone?
Yes, that I got from him this morning when I took his phone.
And I need him to confirm that. This is where I'm
he has
headed.
a problem
I
with
got like 3 phones.
being honest.
Did you see what Nick showed you?
Yeah, but did you read it though?
I did. Didn't understand it.
Oh, because I didn't understand. I didn't understand it either. Because
And I'm just trying to figure out if it came from
yes,
you.
Yes, ma'am. It came from my phone.
What did it mean?
I don't know.
You
I
made
just
that
read
up.
it.
That you
no,
like
I just
jerk.
read it too. I don't know.
How the hell- You
I
is
promise you.
funny
So if you
today.
read it, I don't know, but I know what the.
Because he's so used to
I know
cheating.
what the. I know. I ain't never. I know-
28 years, barbecue. Let's get to
Barbara.
Okay, so we went to a barbecue last weekend.
Right.
And it's his homeboy's
Wife, girlfriend, whatever. you want.
girlfriend. I've been with my husband long enough to know, not even that, but just I know when a woman is, being flirtatious.
Right,
And,
right.
with my
Getting
husband. I
all
know.
up in his grill and all
up
that.
in his grill. You rubbing elbows, fixing his plate. I don't care who house I'm in. I can fix my husband's plate. You feel what I'm saying?
But her man.
You didn't even come
her man
outside to
standing right
ask
here,
me.
She standing
didn't-
right here.
He barbecuing. He
No,
acting like
he's in
Igor
the
or
house.
somebody. Like he don't even care
He's
about
right next
her.
to me. You told me.
He don't
You
even
stupid
care
too
about.
if he don't know. He's standing right here next to me.
I want to get to the woman.
Can I please? Thank you. So I'm sitting there, and we outside, and I'm asking my husband because he want me to drink out the bottle or whatever, and I'm like, no, I don't feel comfortable drinking out of a bottle.
But you been
Can you
drinking out the
please go in the house and get me a cup?
But you been drinking out the bottle.
He goes in the house.
You been drinking out the bottle.
Stop.
You
Go
try to
ahead.
perceive something that
Mr.
you're not.
Lanier, please.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm having
Yes,
hard
ma'am.
enough
Yes, ma'am.
time as it is.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna be quiet. You
Go
been
ahead.
drinking out the bottle, but I'm gonna be quiet. Yeah, you're right.
There is a woman who is 28 and she's pregnant.
No.
But then why is she baby mama? And you just read that. Like, Are you looking for love? Do you want to be loved?
No.
Dealing with you, man.
You guys,
Wow.
I'm gonna
Then
put
he
you
should've
out.
let me go.
If I can't control it, I'm gonna put you out.
So I asked my
I
husband.
don't know how you did it for 21 years.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's why we're here. So I asked my husband, can you please go in the house, babe, and get me a cup, because I don't want to drink up off
I
this
got
bottle.
that part.
Go in. He done forgot about me. Barbara was just sitting here before I asked my husband to go get me a cup. I'm looking around watching the boys. 2 seconds later, Barbara is gone. So I'm like, okay, I text my husband. I'm like, did you forget about me? Where the cup? Go in the house. Barbara's rubbing elbows with my husband making plates. So I'm looking, and I'm already feeling some type of way because prior to that, she made a comment because my husband's like, oh, Barbara, look how the baby is interacting with our son, and she was like, yeah, she gonna like older men like I like. And I made a comment. I'm like, older men like who?
Her man is 50 years old. She only 30 years old. That's what she.
And you're older than her, so I
I'm
knew
43.
who she was referring to.
I don't even look at
So
that.
anyway,
Well, how's that his fault?
How's it
it's
my fault?
not because he entertains it. And with these text messages that I have, why are you calling this woman baby? Why are you saying to this woman,
Did you sort
where
it out?
are you at?
It said sis.
It says sis, but then in the
No,
next
you just
breath,
said baby. Short of text messages. It says sis.
say no more. Because in the next breath, he calling her baby. He's talking about some, where is you? He
Did you
said he
read
want a
it?
hug.
No,
He
this
want a
is-
hug. He want a hug from her.
Well,
He
you
said-
read. Let
He
Nick
said-
read them.
I
And see if
read
he
it or
can
you?
interpret.
Okay, because he's
I
talking
didn't
about he
understand
miss
it.
her.
Where am I? Okay, oh,
Right.
oh, you didn't see this
Hey,
one.
right there.
Oh, judges.
Show her that.
Ooh.
And that's but him and her sisters, because they got it like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And then she called me a bitch today, talking about, yo, B steady calling me. Why would she call me that? She should be calling me your wife like she do when we're around.
Well, if she did that, then I gotta holler at her. But I'm just saying,
You,
I ain't.
you're full
I
of
didn't
it.
get it.
Bull crap.
Now you tell me what it says.
I need a fresh pair of eyes. And I work for eye doctors, so I know I'm not crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know what it said.
Keep going down.
no clue.
No clue.
No
Can
clue.
I read it?
I'm kind of with
Can
it.
I read it?
I'm kind of with it.
Yeah, he's
Can I read it?
and he don't know what y'all talking about.
Can I
I
read
don't know
it?
nothing about nothing.
Can I read it? Just
But
to clarify, Judge.
All right,
But Judge-
take out all the curse words.
I will take them all out. He told Barbara, doing me, and this was 5 days after my birthday. My birthday is in, can I say that? January.
You put me out like 3 days
Let's just
after your
keep it.
birthday.
I just want to figure out the message.
He tells Barbara, doing me, fun. He said everything and everybody else. He said, and she said, shaking my head. He said, I know, right? He says, just doing me, baby. I miss you. And baby girl. Of course you do. This is Barbara. She says, she is bad as talking about the baby. And she was like, he was asking her, where are you at? He was like, because I want to come and get a hug. And she says, no, you can't come where I am. Now she messing with a whole nother dude outside of his friend. So then he got mad because she wouldn't let him come to where she at. So he said, okay, I'm finna tell on you.
I was joking.
I'm finna tell the friend on you because I can't come where you at for a
Oh
hug.
my God, you doing this?
And you miss her.
I was joking.
And you calling her baby.
Now
But
listen,
this is
That
not the woman
confirmed.
that he got pregnant. This is somebody
Now listen, though.
altogether different.
now listen.
Yeah.
though. Why-
Now let me. No.
But why we
I gotta lie to somebody.
No. Which
Why we
going
on
on? Hey.
That's a
Hey. There is a woman who is 28 and she's pregnant.
No.
But then why is she baby mama? And you just read that. Like, are you looking for love?
No.
You wanna be loved?
Dealing with you, man.
You guys,
Wow.
I'm gonna
Then
put
he
you
should've
out.
let me go.
If I can't,
Okay.
I can't control it. I'm gonna put you out.
Okay. Sorry.
All I want to know is, Do you know the woman to whom she is referring when she says that you've gotten a young woman pregnant?
Yes, ma'am.
You know who I'm referring to?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a possibility that you could, in fact, be the father of that woman's baby?
No.
True.
I mean, at the time, but it's done and over with.
How? But you didn't share that with me.
Yeah.
You don't want
I
have to,
can't- I
but
can't-
you
I-
have. That's
I
something to
can't share stuff like that with you.
Mr. Lanier, but you had a
life?
relationship with this woman that was sexual in nature.
And you still do.
We were separated.
You were separated at the time.
From May 10th to January. I have dates. May 10th to January the 3rd. Yes,
Just
we
told
were
me he
separated.
married. Separation does not condone infidelity.
Was that cheating?
I'm not getting into that. So why do you and your daughter not get along?
There was a situation that happened with Yayla, and she holds me, she feels like I'm responsible for her decision that she made in that situation. And ever since then, it's like she plays us against each other.
Tell me about that.
Well, that's why I had to I don't even remember putting her out, but I know she tried to fight me. You know, she just plays us against each other. If I say one thing, she goes to him, and then it's something else, or she invites, even just simple things. She invites him places and she don't invite me. Just like recently, just the other day, she invited him to go bowling, but you didn't invite us to go bowling, and things like that it bothers me.
You made it a big
And so
old
when
argument.
I
You
reached
made it
out
an
to
argument.
her and I said to her, I was like, oh, so you invite your dad, but you don't invite me? She was like, oh, well, okay. And
So, Mr. Lanier, why do you think they don't get along?
Because how she treated her when she was younger.
How did she
made
treat her?
a difference. This was what you had to tell me when I done been in prison. She said you done made a difference. You treated her bad when I was gone. A difference in the rest of her kids. You treated her like she wasn't
Differently than the other kids.
that with the other baby daddy. So.
Got it.
the other baby daddy, I have not been with no other baby daddy for 21 years.
The other baby daddy who
So
you have
just say
3
with
kids
the kids. But I never treat any of my kids any different. I love them all.
So that's
I can't love them the same because they all have
That's
different
something you got to take up with
personalities.
her. So I'm telling you what she
And
told
Mr.
me.
Lanier, I think that's a very good point. There's a lot going on here. You do have to take it up with your daughter, and I do want to clear up some issues. So we're going to take some time. I'm going to take a recess, come back, and we'll talk to everybody involved. This matter is recessed.
It's true. It's true. Like how you treat us is not fair at all. And we be trying to, when I tell you, Judge, we try to be there for my mama. We try to talk to my mama. She just yell at us. She just
I'm an ATM.
do the most. And she
I'm
makes
an
us not
ATM.
wanna,
That's what I feel like.
She
Yeah,
make
I'm
us
an
not
ATM.
Yeah,
I'm trying to buy them. That's the problem.
let me ask you this, Jayla.
And he gets off on that. Look at him. He looks like a
real.
clown.
It's real.
I cannot
That's
do
my
it.
baby right there.
I
It's
don't-
real.
I'm done. I know
Jayla,
what I
let me
want.
ask you this. There were good things between you and your mom. They weren't all bad, right?
I'm tired of the other women. I'm tired of him using me. For 2 months, I didn't even hear from you. Where were you?
I'm overwhelmed, man. I love you.
Fooled me once, shame on you. Fooled me twice, shame on me. He fooled you about 50 times.
We are a financial disaster because of him.
Divorce doesn't exist where I'm from.
Neither one of you is wrong for having your opinions, but it just makes you wrong for each other. There's been a huge breach of trust, according to you.
She was on the fast with the pastor. She sent her pictures with a smoothie of straw in her mouth and a Sasha McMuffin. Can I eat this, pastor? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hold on, why you gotta send pictures with it?
Here is today's case.
Ray says Christian chose to have a hot girl pandemic over visiting him in the hospital. Christian begs to differ and says he wasn't the only one out there shaking his tail feathers. They're back. It's the return of Rolling Ray and Christian.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, our virtual audience is filled with your super fans. Today's super fan of the day is Samantha from San Antonio, Texas.
Samantha, welcome to Divorce Court. As my special guest today, I'm sending you a signed copy of my book, Sis Don't Settle. Enjoy.
Your Honor, this is the case of Harper versus McCormick.
Thank you, Juan. Mr. Raymond Harper, also known as Rolling Ray.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought Mr. Christian McCormick
Yes, Your Honor.
to divorce court today. It's not your first time here.
No, this is my second
Exactly.
Not something I usually say to litigants in court, but welcome back.
Thank you.
I understand that you have a witness with you, Mr. Ray, Mr. Vonnie Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you for being here again, sir. The last time you were here, Mr. Ray and Mr. McCormick, your case wasn't actually resolved. It was dismissed because there were some issues in court, but hopefully today we can address those issues and come to a proper resolution. I understand you're actually suing for $2,300 today, Mr. Ray. You said not only is your relationship broke by Mr. McCormick, but also your phone, and he owes you some rent.
And he owed my money, Your Honor, per.
Let's start with what's happening in your relationship since you left and why you're back suing for $2,300.
So, Your Honor, I gave him another chance. I really gave him another chance, and I really thought everything would work. But I guess the faith I had in him just isn't there. I've really seen it for him. Not only did I see it for him, I invited this man back into my home. I loved him. I cherished him. I gave him everything. But at this point, Your Honor, I don't think my love is there for him anymore. Christian, during the pandemic, was out there having a hot girl pandemic. Not a summer, a pandemic. Everything and all the faith I had for him was up here and it went down there. Not only is he in DC in every club, he's been in Maryland clubs, VA clubs, shaking his tail feather.
Okay, Mr. Ray, I don't want you to have any accidents over there with your chair today, sir.
Okay,
so you can just park it right there. What are you saying? You're saying what?
He was out there shaking his tail feather all summer.
Having a hot girl pandemic.
A hot girl pandemic.
And you were supposed to be quarantining.
He's supposed to be quarantined. He's not wearing any masks, but he's a so-called full-time nurse. I do commend him. He has stopped the scamming and started making a lot of money. But that money has not been coming
to your
my
household.
hands or my household.
Okay, Mr. McCormick, you say you are a nurse. So you supposed to have special knowledge on how to act during the pandemic, but he saw you out in the clubs, and to quote him, shaking a tail feather. Were you doing this during quarantine? He said endangering his health and welfare.
Not in the height of it, but I was out there when I was supposed to be quarantining.
Okay, there we go. And that became an issue for the two of you?
For him, not for me.
Of course.
That's his issue.
Your Honor, he's been back on dating sites. I have proof, Your Honor, of him still on dating sites. My best friend sent me several text messages of him on dating sites.
Why were you back on the dating sites?
Because I'm single.
You are single?
Yeah.
You were single at the time?
Yes.
Okay.
You were single. Look what you got on. Like, what is that? That's
my
some
outfit.
cheap clothing. You're over 21 years old,
And I was
dressed like
single.
that. Dressed like
Your
that.
friend is always looking for me and
Dressed like
checking
Are
for
you
me.
okay, Mr. Ray?
He's always looking and checking for me. He's always in the business, and he needs to mind the business.
So you were single at the time?
Yes.
So you said there was
Because he was
absolutely
dating
nothing wrong.
his Mr. Scorpio friend.
Really?
But
You out there having a hot girl,
you
girl
was
pandemic.
too. You hoe took that boy out on a date and put it on Instagram. Like, talk about that.
So what?
And what happened
And
when
you you got a hoe never do right now. So stop the bull.
Okay, now let's.
Mr. McCormick, watch your language. Why are you upset?
I'm upset because things work two ways. If we're gonna be together, we're gonna be together. We're not gonna say
But you
one thing
clout
and act
chasing my
another
fans.
thing.
While you're in these clubs, you're promoting. We was at Waffle House not too long ago, and what was you doing? Oh, this is my man, this is my man, this is my man. I love your protection, babe. I really do sometimes, but you can't.
Oh, but when I do it, he got a problem with it.
Okay, so you were being protective, but why do you say he's clout chasing?
Because he's always underneath the shade
Why
from
is you-
comments. He's always underneath the blogs all those comments, constantly arguing with my fans. And then he's at the clubs saying, I'm Christian, I'm hosting clubs.
So you're saying he's arguing with people in the comments on the blogs because it gets him more attention?
Yeah, gets him way more attention. That's
But in
how
real life, he's out in the clubs and not really with you.
No. And then recently he lied and said, oh, I'm going with my mom to go help her move. But I get on Instagram and I see his Instagram stories. What are you doing?
What was he doing?
Twerking on another man.
On another man?
Was you not?
This is so funny. I was twerking on my friend. But if he want to call it another man, he could do that.
Oh, it was a friend?
Yeah.
It wasn't somebody that you were in a relationship with or seeing?
Right.
So there was an incident with the phone?
Right. So I lied to him and told him that Vonnie was coming to my house. It made it look like Vonnie was doing something because he didn't know that he was supposed to be there.
Okay.
Christian comes back in the house. He storms in my room, throws my phone, accuses Vonnie. Vonnie jumps out the couch like, you're not about to touch my friend. You're not about to touch my friend. He's in a wheelchair. Back up, back up, back up. Christian like, I will throw you against the wall. Do not play with me. Vonnie like, oh, I'm from Southeast. I don't see none of that. It's nothing going on. Words was exchanged. That's my best friend.
Okay.
So you would think he had a little more decency to not think that.
You went through a really difficult, challenging time period. What happened earlier this year, Mr. Ray?
I was burnt in the fire back in January.
Where were you burned?
It's all over. So many people judged me, so many people ridiculed me. And the person I thought the most would be there wasn't.
So, Mr. Ray, he threw your phone and he broke it. And you say he's a witness to that?
Yeah.
Okay, step up, Mr. Vonnie Wright. Step up to the lectern, please, sir.
Hey, Your Honor, how you doing? I'm Vonnie. So, my point of view and everything that's going on, because I'm here again dealing with him in these issues, because he's delusional.
Delusional and crazy.
Like, I don't know what's going on, like...
What happened? What'd you witness with the phone?
Oh, he came in there, he was like, oh, why Vonnie in here? And I'm like, oh, back up at my front face, like...
But you saw him throw the phone?
Yeah, I had to really jump.
I threw that phone. I did.
Oh, you admit to it. So you...
He has no remorse. Do you see this?
And I'm not replacing it. I don't care what you say, he say.
Well, you're in my
I mean, we
courtroom,
can't
so you
expect
do
you to-
care what I say. Because I'm not Mr. Ray. Mr. Ray
I
can
didn't
give
say
you
you
an
was
opinion,
Mr.
but I
Ray.
give verdicts in this courtroom, Mr. Ray.
Miss Safer.
Look, a mess, a mess. Who wants to be in a relationship with this? It's done, it's vetoed, it's a wrap.
Even if you're upset, Mr. McCormick, you don't have a right to take and throw his phone and destroy the property. Mr. Wright, is there anything else you want to say, sir?
There's nothing else for him
Okay,
to
so
say.
anything for... The
What else
last
is
thing I
there for
gotta
him
say
to
is he needs to... Can y'all, like, assign him to, like, mental health doctor, you know, prescribe him some medicine or something? Because, like...
Melatonin.
Are you a professional who...
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Are you a professional
asking, like, you know,
who's
the
gone to school
judge.
to evaluate someone's
ask
mental
one
health?
I'm just saying, it's crazy. Like, you know,
Can I
from
ask
my
you one
point of view, I'm here again, and I have nothing to do with this.
McCormick,
What degree or certifications do you even have for yourself?
Oh, what degree or certification?
Yeah. Answer that.
Mr. Wright, I just asked you, since you want him to be assigned
Yeah, so
So
to
you
medical...
so much want me
just
to be
saying-
assigned to mental health because I have problems. You think I'm crazy?
Yeah, because I'm
What
here again because they
certification do
always
you have to sit right
always
here and
being
say that?
dragged into these issues. Why
You drag
why is
yourself
Vonnie
into
always
these
Okay,
being
Mr. Wright.
You should have laid yourself on that couch and minded your business.
Okay, Mr. McCormick. Have a seat, Mr. Wright. If I have another question
No
for
head,
you,
no
I
seat,
will
no head, no
ask.
seat. Give me a
Girl,
hug.
now,
Give me a
'cause
hug.
she like,
Give
it's
me a hug.
crazy, 'cause
Give me
like,
a hug.
what?
Give me a hug. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
y'all know
nothing
what's really
over
up with me. I don't do no
now.
talking.
You got a lot of nerve to say that to order. All stuff he does for you.
What does he
Mr. Ray,
to say
Mr.
that
McCormick.
I need mental health
Stop.
issues.
Stop. Mr. Ray, you went through a really difficult, challenging time period. And one of the reasons why you're upset is you said that Mr. McCormick wasn't there for you. What happened earlier this year, Mr. Ray?
I was burnt in the fire back in January. And he was not there for me. It was a very traumatic event. It was all over the blogs. Thank you. Thank you, Poppy. Thank you so much.
Where were you burned?
My face, my chest, my legs. It's all over. And so many people judged me, so many people ridiculed me. And the person I thought the most that would be there wasn't.
How long were you in the hospital?
A month.
You were in the hospital for a month?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you mind if I ask what happened with the fire?
I was sitting in my room and I was just trying to light one of my cigarettes. I wasn't paying too much attention. My nails was long, and I was trying to light the cigarette, and my head just caught on fire. And next thing I know, my friend ran down. I was screaming. He threw water on me. The ambulance came, and they said I had 3rd-degree burns. They had to sedate me, put me under a lot of medicines to keep me calm. It was a terrible experience.
I'm happy to see that you're here and that you made it through, but you said your feelings were really hurt.
It was hurt because I really thought, why wasn't you there for me? And
Is there any particular reason why, when he got out of the hospital, you didn't go visit him in person?
Why wasn't you there? How?
Did you go see
I
him?
blew his phone up with endless text messages. The text messages are right there, time stamped. That's their first love. He my first love, I text him.
But you said your feelings were really hurt.
It was hurt because I really thought, why wasn't you there for me? Why wasn't you there? How?
Mr. McCormick, did you go see
I blew
him?
his phone up with endless text messages. The text messages are right there, time stamped. That's their first love. He my first love, I text him. He might not have physically seen it or heard it, but I checked on him.
Do you think you just missed these messages?
Yeah, but Christian knows how to get in contact with me. And I have 3 whole phones, babe. You have every number.
You said you had 3 phones?
I have 3 phones.
And you didn't hear from him on any of the 3?
Nope.
After you get out of the hospital after a month, does he show up at your house?
No.
Is there any particular reason why, when he got out of the hospital, you didn't go visit him in person?
Because I've been dating him for years, Your Honor. At this point, I know him like the back of my hand. He's the type of person that, like, he secludes himself when he goes.
I'm a Virgo.
Even to the point of, Your Honor, he can go through something mentally in his head or with his family and take it out on me and be like, get out of my house, and then don't call me for days or weeks at a time.
He puts you out when he's going through something difficult
and
with
just
somebody
think he's
else?
gonna pop, I'm gonna just pop back up and everything gonna be fine then.
But after you know that he's burned and he's been in the hospital a long time, really and truly, why didn't you go over there
The
afterwards?
reason was that because I texted him,
wanna
I
have
blew
a
his
hot
phone.
girl summer.
I texted him, I blew his phone up.
He never
FaceTimed him,
responded.
everything. My whole thing was, I'm not giving too much effort into it because you on Instagram Live in the hospital.
And
So
that was
what?
If you so much of secluded, don't want to see nobody, why would you go live?
Your Honor, I want to give this man another chance and see if it works. But if he mess up one more time, Your Honor, I have to ask him, does he want to make it work? And if he does make it work, is he going to pay for my phone? Is he going to pay for my rent?
Well, hold on a second, because now this is the second part of the lawsuit. You're suing for not only $300 for the phone, but $2,000 in back rent.
Right.
What is that
you
about?
You told me when your second stimulus check comes, you were going to help me out with the rent, did you not?
Whenever somebody tells you they're going to pay you back with this stimulus check, I've already told you, you're not going to get your money.
I would have never told him that.
No.
I have my own home. So why would I pay another grown man's rent?
So why do you say he owes the rent? $2,000.
It was back rent, Christian. In 2000, it could have been $6,000 to $8,000. I was even nice enough to put it down to $2,000. That's only 1 month out of the 8 or 9 that I'm about to spend for myself.
This is when the two of you were living together, when you said you were putting him out.
Right, and then I'm in a hospital. Even I still had to pay rent while I'm in a hospital.
So
and I didn't even ask you for money for that.
So it's $6,000, and then all the days you put me out, you subtracted that, which made it $2,000.
So, Mr. Ray, you're saying that during this time period, the two of you were living together, there was an agreement that you would split the rent.
Yeah.
You got $2,000.
Right.
I'm not splitting no rent. I'm not splitting no rent with nobody that I don't have keys to the house, and you put me out.
Kid, you
What are
lose
talking
every
about?
key.
Were you on the lease?
No.
No, he wasn't on the lease. I do.
So I'm legally not
that.
obligated to pay the rent.
So what is the agreement? Do you have any written agreement, any text messages, anything that would show that the two of you were contributing to the rent together?
Your Honor, when I'm with this man, I act like a housewife. Now that I'm outside and enjoying myself, he's mad about it. But he don't appreciate when somebody is cooking and cleaning and slaving for you and your friend over there.
Mr. McCormick, here's where we are. Mr. Ray said you've been out having in his words, a hot girl pandemic. But he wants this to work out between the two of you.
Yeah,
But
help
Mr.
me
McCormick, what is your position on where you stand in the relationship in divorce court today, sir?
I honestly don't know.
You don't know. So that's a no, Mr.
You don't know?
It's not even that it's a no. It's always a show, and I'm just tired of it. Like, I want the Raymond that I dated the first 2 years of our relationship. I don't want this. This
I
is
was
too
only
much for me.
17, 18, 19 then.
This is too much for me. Like, it's like he's changed over the years,
Oh, wow.
dramatically. And it's a good change because it's kind of funny sometimes. But sometimes it just be like, can we just chill?
You don't see that happening.
Honestly, I don't.
The reason why I say when you say you don't know, that's a no, because that's really what that means. You know, a lot of times people don't have the courage to come out right and say what they really feel. And so it's a way for them to have a wall up and give a buffer to the truth. But the fact is, if you are ambiguous after all of this time with everything that the two of you have been through, then the answer is no right now. That is where you stand. And I know the two of you have been through a lot. You've known each other a long time. You've been through a lot of ups and downs together.
Now, right?
Yeah.
10 years.
So the friendship will always remain, but that doesn't mean that you're necessarily right for each other in a relationship, because people grow, they change, they evolve. You're constantly getting to know the new version of who someone is. Sometimes you like that new version, sometimes you don't.
Wow.
And that's okay, but you just have to be honest and stand in your truth about it. And you don't have to, if you've made, just because you make a mistake or things happen in the past in your relationship, you don't have to cling to a mistake just because you spent a long time making it. You can have a fresh start if that's what you want. But in the meantime, you're gonna pay the $300 for the broken phone. You had no right to throw his phone and break his property, even though you were upset.
It's not for me.
But for the rent, you don't have enough proof, Mr. Ray, here in court today for the rent. But my judgment is in your favor for $300. I do wish all of you well.
Can I say one thing to him, please? And then one thing to you? It's 10 years.
It is.
Last month made 10 years. 10 years ago, I didn't even think we would be at this point. It's only gonna get better, but it's the last chance we could try.
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too.
Judge Faith, I want to say thank you so much for giving what's supposed to be gave, and I wish you much success on your ever endeavors.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Now, for that, you're going to pay all the money. I'm just kidding. Thank you. I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to see if this is the last straw. I don't want to be back here no time soon. If he is to, you know, do this again, I'm gonna have to bring him back and end it for good. But I really, really, really see it for us, and I see it for him.
We've been together for this many years. Every couple have their ups and downs, and I love him. I'm gonna always stick beside him.
It was nice. Thank you so much.
Double standards in relationships are all too common, and they often come at the expense of one's partner's happiness, especially if that partner feels that they are giving much more than they are receiving. Miss Shannon says she couldn't believe her luck when she met her fiancé, Ms. Navy. They quickly moved in together and even blended their families. Now Miss Shannon says that she and Ms. Navy can't really agree on anything, be it who handles the finances or even how to conceive a child. Miss Shannon says she and Ms. Navy just can't seem to get on the same page. Ms. Navy says things might be better if she actually believed that Miss Shannon wasn't ashamed of their sexuality and secretly having sex with her male friend. Ooh, there's a lot to untangle here. Let's hear their case.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding. Your Honor, this is the case of Shannon versus Navy.
Thank you very much. Ms. Shannon, you say that you are in court here today because the woman standing next to you is not the woman you fell in love with. You say Ms. Navy is financially irresponsible, drinks far too much, and is possibly a cheater. If things don't change, you are done with this relationship.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Navy, you are here today to make it clear that you are not the problem. Ms. Shannon is. You say she is deflecting from the real issue at hand, how your baby should be conceived. You say you want to build a life with Miss Shannon, but you want to do it the right way.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why don't you tell me why we're in court today, Miss Shannon?
I brought it to court because I'm tired of her being weird with me. And I'm trying to work it out, but I'm trying to get some counseling, some help right now, because if she doesn't change, then I'm over it.
Miss Navy, what do you say to Miss Shannon's allegations?
I do spend a lot of money, but I pay for most of the bills, so I feel like that shouldn't be no issue.
I know that you met through Facebook, but the biggest issue I see from my case file is what's going on with this I want to have a baby. Why don't you make your case, Miss Shannon?
We saved up money to do in vitro, but I feel like that's too much. Why are we saving $50,000 when we can do it the old-fashioned way? So I asked my friend, and he doesn't mind. He wants a child, too. She's so insecure about him and my relationship. Every time I speak about him, she gets angry. She accusing me of sleeping with him. I've been knowing this man for 10 years. I've been knowing Mark for longer than I've been knowing you.
Miss Navy, I would like to hear your point in this one.
I'm not comfortable with her laying up with no man. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna happen one time. That means you're gonna be laying up for days. And then you think I'm supposed to be okay with that?
If you're in a monogamous relationship, I cannot fathom how you have an expectation that it would be okay with your partner to bring a third party in, no matter who it is. Now, if she was, that is absolutely fine. No judgment on your relationship. But if she's not okay with it, you can't be mad at her for having her own feelings.
She's not okay with it because of who it is. And
well, then, okay, she doesn't want that dude to be the father of her baby. Is that fair to say, Miss Navy?
That's fair.
Okay, guess what? If I'm the baby mama also, I don't want him to be the father of my baby, then he's not gonna be the father of my baby.
That's fine.
I mean, you just have to think about it very logically now.
At this point, she's already feeling some type of way because I'm bisexual and she's a lesbian.
Okay, now we're getting to the real core of the problem.
Yeah.
So you enjoy intimate contact with men and women, am I correct?
Yes, I'm bisexual, but if I'm with Angel, if I'm with a woman, I'm not crossing up. Like,
Got it.
I'm with a man and a woman. Like, that's not how
So
I'm
you're
like
just
it.
telling me you don't cheat, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
When
I'm
you're
not- I'm not a
when you're
cheater when I'm
committed,
in a
you're committed.
relationship. Absolutely.
Okay, and
Yes,
your
Your Honor.
choices are, as somebody I loved once said, when you look behind the door, whatever's there, if I'm feeling them,
Yeah.
that's cool with me,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool as
Yes, Your
the
Honor.
game. That's not how I work, but it don't mean it's not supposed to be for me.
Right.
It's supposed to be for you. Now, I run over here to Miss Navy. That's not how you work either, is
No, that's not at all. I mean, are y'all sleeping together? I just want to know,
we're
are
not
y'all sleeping together?
We're not. If
Have
we
y'all
were
ever
sleeping
slept
I
together?
would have told you that.
Have y'all ever slept together?
No, we're not.
So why?
No, you didn't answer her question. I
We're
heard it.
not sleeping together. We never have slept together.
There you go.
And just because he's a man doesn't mean that we're sleeping together.
Okay.
I can't be comfortable with my girlfriend knowing that I got multiple friends that's males without her thinking that I'm sleeping with everybody.
When I'm talking to her FaceTime, Your Honor, this dude will get in the camera while I'm FaceTiming and lay on her chest. Is that an appropriate relationship? Do you think that's acceptable?
Do you think half of the things you do is acceptable?
Okay,
Okay.
let's talk about this. What do you claim Miss Navy has done or is doing?
I can't get in contact with her, but she has 3 phones. We go out. She's doing everything that you could think of. Dancing. She's a twerker, okay?
Something tells me that when she
don't respect it.
twerks for you, you good with that.
I don't care. Yeah, I want her to twerk for me, but when I dance, she act like it's a problem. Anything that I do is a problem for her, but I don't say anything. That's the problem for me.
Your Honor.
I say nothing because I respect Angel as a person. So my real problem is, how are you so mad about things that I'm doing when I'm really not doing nothing and you're getting caught doing everything?
Because the dude moved back to the city just to come be with you.
No,
he's
didn't.
chasing you.
You
city
think
to
he's
city.
chasing me
for
because,
what?
because
And
he got stuff going on.
One at a time, please.
That's my friend, first of all. I'm never finna let my friend be outside on the street.
Miss Shannon, if this man is that important to you, that you are going to allow your relationship with him to supersede the relationship with Miss Navy. Miss Shannon has just said that is her friend, and you're going to need to accept it. And guess what? You don't have to. I think that you have to be honest in a relationship, But you need to be prepared for the other person to say, that don't work for me.
I'm okay with that. My thing is, you're not finna be insecure
Can I
about
explain
everything
can
that I
explain
do.
my side?
But I'm talking though, and this is what you do too. She always talks to me.
Excuse me, no,
Every time we
everybody's
have a
over
conversation.
talking everybody, and I feel like I'm in the middle of the view, and I'm not doing that anymore.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I don't know how y'all work in y'all's house, but in my house, that's not how we work.
Understood.
And this
Yes,
happens
Your
to be my
Yes,
house.
Your Honor.
Understood.
Calm down, okay? Because I really don't moderate just two women screaming at each other.
Okay.
It's coming across very ignorant. Have some dignity. Have some respect. You don't have enough respect for yourself in the courtroom. You need to have respect for yourselves before you can have respect for each other. So no screaming, no back and forth. I don't know what Miss Navy does at home, but in my presence, you are an A personality, but it can come across like bullying. I'm being very straight with you. Miss Navy, I'm not sure if this is going to work.
What do? You just leave? You just walk out on a 2-year relationship? Like, what do you do?
I don't want to come off like a bully, but Angel is not, she's mean, okay?
Promotional consideration provided by Divorce Court will be right back.
And I'm just tired of feeling like everything I do don't matter. It is never enough. When I first met Portia, the thing that attracted me to her was because I'm not that close to my family like that. So when me and her, when she called me for me to come clean up her house, I was just starting my business. So I wanted to be able to go out with my employees to go look at the places to do the quotes and stuff like that. But I feel like a lot of times in the industry, I'm not respected, And I feel like sometimes people don't take me serious.
Miss Shannon, what do you want to come out of this?
At first, I wanted to reconcile and try to see if we could, put away our differences and talk about the Mark situation and talk about her drinking and talk about this.
She doesn't like Mark.
I know. She doesn't like Mark. We know. She don't like Mark. She don't want to have a baby with Mark, but Mark is going to be my friend.
But I want to be with you, though. I still want to be with
At this point, you don't understand that I let you do what you need to do, how you need to do it, but you don't do the same for me. She's calling, she's texting, she's where you at,
No, you
what
just
you're
made
doing.
a very good point.
Like, I can't...
Miss Shannon, no, you made a very good point. Miss Shannon has said that Mark is important in her life. You have to make a determination. Can you be in a relationship with somebody who tells you that this is somebody who's going to be there and going to be in their lives?
What do? You just leave? You just walk out on a 2-year relationship? Like, what do you do? Like, this ain't nothing that
I'm sitting here really in all that you sitting over here crying like that because she's been disrespectful to me. I don't want to argue with her. I never want to argue with her. I try to not argue as much as I can, but it doesn't matter. We texting, we going back and forth, and I'm tired
I
of
can
it.
tell you right now,
I'm
y'all
really
argue.
like,
This is the way you communicate with each other.
and I don't want to do it no more, Your Honor.
No, it's always like this. She's always doing this to me, and I'm always crying, and I'm always getting shut down.
I'm sorry. I've always said to Angel, I respect her as a woman, and I value her as a friend because we can actually
Miss Shannon, I'd like to say stop talking for a moment. In every relationship, there's different dynamics. I don't know what Miss Navy does at home, but in my presence, you are an A personality. You are the leader in this relationship, but it can come across like bullying. I'm being very straight with you.
It's not trying to be that.
I'm not talking about what it's trying to be.
Okay.
I'm telling you the way it's coming across. And this is something that I think we all could take a look at ourselves.
Okay.
I remember I wanted to put a list together of what I wanted in my next relationship. And I had to put the list up to the mirror and ask myself, do I match the list that I want? If I say I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who argues all the time, then I can't walk into a relationship always arguing. If I say I want somebody who listens, I got to learn to listen.
You're right.
That's what I'm talking about. So I'm not sure how you operate, but I'm trying to share with you how I was operating and how I wanted to make a change because I wanted somebody in my life to fit that list. So your bombastic approach can be off-putting to somebody who loves you because it feels aggressive. It may be intended with love, but it's about how it's being received. Can you at least accept in theory, what I'm talking about.
Yes, Your Honor, I accept that. Like I said, she talks to me any type of way. She's verbally abusive.
So
like,
why are you in the relationship, Miss Shannon?
That's my point. I'm tired. I don't even, at this point, she get drunk, she wanna fight, she wanna argue. I'm tired of that. I'm over it. I don't wanna be with you, and I'm done. Sorry, and it might be in
You know what? I'm done with this.
If you'd like your case to be heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content.
And I think right now I'm just at the point where I feel like I've been sincere enough. I feel like I've been nice enough to the point where either we're gonna be friends and stop the relationship, or I just gotta stay away from her, period, because I don't want anything like negative to come. I love her too. I love Angel. That's like I said, we friends before anything, but I don't wanna hate Angel.
Miss Navy, I'm not sure if this is going to work. I know what you said about do you just walk away from a 2-year relationship. But if nobody's happy, why are we in a relationship?
Where am I gonna find love at? Like, where am I gonna find somebody who really, like, I don't know, like, what, I don't know.
So are you,
like,
are
can we
you
work
with,
on it?
are
I want
you
to do
with
some type
Miss
of
Shannon?
therapy. Like, can we figure something out? Like, I don't just want it to be to where we just say, like, it's done. Like, I don't want it to be done.
That means you want to work at making the relationship work.
I'm sorry. I don't want to come off like a bully, but Angel is not, she's mean, okay? Like I said, she talks to me any type of way. She's verbally abusive.
So
like,
why are you in the relationship, Miss Shannon?
That's my point. I'm tired. I don't even, at this point, she get drunk, she wanna fight, she wanna argue. I'm tired of that. I can't do that. I can't concentrate on what I'm trying to do because I'm trying to figure out how to make her happy, but she making me unhappy. So why? Why am I even gonna try anymore? That's
so
how I
don't do
feel.
Nothing to make you happy? I don't do nothing. There's nothing
Within
that
the
I
last
do to make
6
you
months,
happy.
she has not made me happy. She's made me miserable, made me stop talking to her. So I'm over it. I don't wanna be with you and I'm done. Sorry, and it might be
You know what? I'm done with this.
See? Why would
I know.
Why would you do?
You want me to embarrass you? Now you can be embarrassed so much you don't want to be with nobody. Everybody gonna know that this is what you was with.
All right, listen.
Oh my God.
It's gotta stop. It's gotta stop.
I want to know why she threw the wig.
Why
she threw the wig off. What the wig do?
Yep.
Wig is off, but you gotta stop.
Bailiff, I want to know what the wig did and why she threw it on the floor.
Fine because you're talking about me getting drunk.
Yeah, that's because you don't want to argue and fight.
Listen,
Your wig on the floor.
I'm gonna have to tell you guys to leave. You guys are gonna have to leave.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Your Honor. But this is the stuff I'm talking about. I don't want to go out and the wig end up on the floor because she mad.
Miss Shannon,
Yep.
folks show you who they are.
Yeah, believe them.
Believe them the first time.
Yes.
Miss Navy, bless your heart. But in the million years, I never would expect that you would disrespect yourself. No matter who you love or who loves you, you gotta stand in the space for yourself. And the last thing I'm gonna do is embarrass myself. I don't give a flip about what she's saying, what the bailiff's saying, what the judge saying. But I'm never gonna embarrass myself because I come from a proud, dignified people. And I don't want my mother in heaven or my grandmother in heaven or my mother's 8 sisters to ever be humiliated or embarrassed because I did not represent my family. You're supposed to be a queen, and you just acted like a court jester.
That's what she makes me do.
No, she does not.
She does make me do this.
Everything is my fault.
Yes, you do. You make me do.
I'm sorry. I'm
no
sorry.
one makes you step outside of yourself. Under normal circumstances, I'd walk away. But as a black woman, I'm looking at another black woman, and you just embarrassed yourself. You didn't humiliate the race. You didn't humiliate other women. You humiliated yourself. There's gonna come a time that you're going to want something. And maybe you'll be able to put the drinking to the side. Maybe you might not wanna dance anymore. Maybe you might meet somebody that floats your boat, that you want to be somebody's wife and mother. And they're going to see you in the courtroom snatch your own hair off your head and throw it to the floor because you were too upset to express your disappointment in a manner that was dignified. Ma'am, you did that.
I'm trying to work on myself, and I know I got mad at the heat of the moment. And yes, that I can acknowledge, and I want to acknowledge it because I want to work on myself. And if I don't say it, if I don't acknowledge it, then I'm not. But yes, I do know that my anger gets to me. I do know when I get mad at the heat of the moment, things like that happen because I get so mad, and I feel like there's nothing that I can do about it. But you're right, like, I really just need to focus on myself. Like, maybe all this means is I look back at this, and I just know that I'm gonna move forward, and I don't ever want to be in this kind of situation again.
That's what I want to hear.
I
That's
don't
what
want
I
to
want to
embarrass
hear.
myself no more.
This don't have nothing to do with Miss Shannon. You know, people always tell you, you got to hit rock bottom to get yourself back up. Well, I bet this would be considered rock bottom. I'm going to want you to put your chin up, wipe your tears from your face, and walk out with some dignity.
What's my hair like? Because I'm not going to let this bring me down.
Because you're better than that.
I'm better than this. Thank you so much.
Stand in the space God has created for you. Don't you ever let anybody push you to demean yourself. Nothing and no one.
When I get back, I'm just moving out. I'm going to get all my stuff, and I'm going to go.
It's time for you to work on you. And Miss Shannon, what I want for you is to find the person that works with you. Because there is somebody. You just need to find the person that's compatible.
Yeah.
But you also need to pick somebody who is not in a space that they're not whole human beings. Yeah. Hurt people. And what I have just witnessed right here are two extremely hurt people who have been hurting each other for a while. And I don't know why, and it's not enough time for us to figure it out. But again, work on yourselves individually so that you can become the women that you both want to be with some dignity and with some honor. What in the world would make child?
Toxic with a capital T.
I don't think you have had to be that animated the entire time we have been in divorce court.
Let me see, is there a quota for me to say stop talking? Is that for one case? Because I think I overdid it.
You overdid it today. Robert, there's very little to say. This was toxic relationship to the nth degree. Mm-hmm. But the one lesson that I hope was taken away is never allow someone to push you to a point where you humiliate yourself.
Right, right.
The only thing that I do agree is what the wig do.
Today on Divorce Court.
When people look at me, they look at me for a visual image, and that's part of my brand. And I feel like my man should be a reflection of that.
I think my style is just as good as his is. Samir is very bossy, controlling. He needs to accept his man for what he is.
I want him to look like how I look. I drip sauce and pop flavor. I need him to be the Kanye to my Kim.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Tamarick Johnson and Cedric Lloyd. The two of you have been together for about a year, engaged for 6 months, but you're not quite sure if you're going to get married. That's why you came before me before your vows. I had you take my compatibility test. You gave me your license with permission to tear it up. Should I think your union is ill-advised? Mr. Johnson, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why you're here today?
Well, Your Honor, my relationship with Cedric, I love Cedric. Can I start off by saying I love him?
Please do.
And I definitely want to be with him. I definitely feel like this is somebody that I could build with and genuinely be in a relationship with. Mm-hmm. However, we've had previous incidents and even present incidents that have deteriorated our trust, if you will.
Give me a few of the incidents.
We were living together at the time, and I had went through his phone, and it's this app called Snapchat. Mm-hmm. Now, on Snapchat, you can have conversations with people, send pictures and videos and all of these things, but it leaves no proof of...
Because it goes away.
Right, basically. So I seen a name that made me a little curious on who the dude was. So I asked him, hey, Cedric, who is this guy? Immediately, he lied, and he said that the dude worked with him. Now, mind you, at this particular point, Cedric had 2 jobs, and I was very familiar with all the coworkers that he worked with on both jobs. You know what I'm saying? Because I brought him lunch frequently. I picked him up and dropped him off at work frequently.
So you knew who was who?
Correct. So when he told me that the dude worked with him, I immediately knew he was lying, but I had no proof. So I couldn't prosecute him without my proof. I had to get my proof first. So the way my God worked, I had prayed about it, Your Honor. I say, God, listen. I say, I'm serious though, Your Honor. I say, God, listen. I say, Lord, please show me, because it's unsettling in my spirit. So the way it worked and the way God worked, he had woke me up one morning with a message on Facebook from an unknown person. And the person tells me, they say, are you aware, the message reads, are you aware that your man is messing with my man? Now listen, immediately, I said, listen, call me, baby, because this ain't no conversation that we need to be having via text message. Call me, baby. Call me. So the boy, Your Honor, he calls me, and he gives me all the information. He tells me, Cedric had been messing with his boyfriend. He said that they never worked together, that the boy worked in another branch, and that he did used to transfer clients to Cedric's jobs, and that's how we met. Now, the boy did inform me, mind you, he told me a whole bunch of things that Cedric said the boy told him, which I knew was true because these were only things that could be validated from my man. So the boy told me that Cedric told the boy I was from Florida. We were living together at the time. He said that Cedric told the boy that he wanted to move out with me and move in with him.
Mr. Lloyd, did all that happen?
Yes, Your Honor, it did all happen. But let me tell you the reason why I did it, though. So a couple days before, he found out, I had his phone and I was going through his phone. And I looked and I seen that somebody had sent him a message, and it was just I could tell it was another dude that I didn't know. It was an unfamiliar name. So I clicked on the message and I'm scrolling through the messages, and the messages say, hey, beautiful, you're sexy, you're gorgeous. Call me, hit me up. And the dude had sent his number, in his inbox. So I had clicked on the number as if I was gonna call, and he got the number saved as some initials in his phone.
Your Honor.
Mr. Johnson, you wouldn't care to respond to that?
Your Honor, this is the thing. Let's be honest here. I'm a public figure. I'm a rapper / model. And I do these things publicly. You know what I'm saying? So I have a big following that's growing. This year my following has grown over 20,000 followers. Like, it has grown. Like, I'm really taking off. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people show me love, and a lot of people show me respect. And part of my brand is beauty. So a lot of people think I'm beautiful. A lot of people think I'm pretty. I don't feel like, that has nothing to do with me. However, the dude did send me his number. I did save the number, but there was no messages. There was no call.
You weren't doing anything wrong.
No. I just saved the number.
Can you give me one more suspect thing that Mr. Lloyd has done that has broken your trust?
I can. It was this one time, Your Honor. We was laying down, and Cedric can vouch. We was laying down, he was asleep. His phone is going off. It's a ticking time bomb. Like, I thought it was gonna explode. Like, it's just going off, and he's asleep. I'm up. So I look over at the phone. I see who it is. It's his ex. And I just broke down crying. Cedric woke up from hearing me crying. He asked me what was wrong. I didn't even want to tell him what was wrong with me because I didn't understand. In that moment, I couldn't fathom an excuse that he could tell me on why his ex was hitting him up. No one at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
That ain't nothing open that late but legs and liquor stores. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is your ex, number one, it's already an issue that your ex is hitting you up, but the fact that he's hitting you up in an ungodly hour, I have an issue with that. And I didn't feel like there was nothing that he could say to explain.
Mr. Lloyd, were you getting hit up at 3 a.m. from an ex? And if so, why?
I would like to know the answer to that question myself.
You We just gonna plead ignorance. You don't know what went on.
Honestly, though, it was actually around like 6 in the morning, but I have no idea, you know, why the guy was even hitting me up. He obviously saw that I was in a relationship. You know, I was very most public with our relationship on social media.
Yeah. So you posted about Mr. Johnson, and everybody knew you were together.
Yes,
ma'am.
Why is my man the first thing that you thinking about as soon as you wake up in the morning? You know what I'm saying? That's how my mind thinks. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real.
Yeah, it's suspect.
It's very suspect.
Very, very, very suspect.
When I walked outside to the window of his car, he was in the driver's seat. He had a situation out, and I had seen, Your Honor, that there was some dudes out there.
You can respond briefly and not too detailed. So, Mr. Lloyd, you say Mr. Johnson is controlling. Why don't you tell me a story or two that would illuminate that?
Well, Your Honor, Tamir tries to control the way I dress, for one. He says that he wants me to, quote unquote, match his fly. So,
Is he failing in the fly department?
Your Honor, this is the thing with Cedric. Going back to me being a public figure, I'm a brand. And I'm really, like, I have to move and do and say and speak in a certain type of way, like, because people are legitimately watching me for certain things. And my visual image is one of those things. I'm not saying that Cedric can't dress, but I pops flavor and I drip sauce everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, anytime I step out, I'm popping flavor, I'm dripping sauce. They already know I'm coming through, shutting it down. I just want my man to be a reflection of that. Like, when they see him, can he be the Kanye to my Kim? Like, can I get that? Like, I don't feel like that's controlling. I don't feel like that's asking for much.
Now Mr. Lloyd, he just wants you to pop some flavor.
And drip some
sauce.
And I drip sauce, too.
Do you understand what he's looking for? I mean, I'm not saying, because I think you look, both of y'all dress better than I do. I can't look that good in regular stuff. I don't know how to, I have no flavor to pop.
But Your Honor, also, like, another reason why I say he's controlling is this was about six months ago. We were on our way back from one of his performances. We're on our way back to the house, and I really have to potty really bad. And so I decided to stop at a store, at like a little convenience store or whatever, so I can go use the bathroom. I get out the car, and the bathroom is completely full. It's like 100 people at the gas station. So I decide, okay, you know what? I got a cup in my car, and I'm a man. I'm finna go up in this car. So, you know, I went in the car. And he comes up asking me, what you in here doing? Why you zipping up your pants up?
Your Honor, Mr. Johnson, you recall that incident?
I felt like when I walked outside to the window of his car, he was in the driver's seat, and he did have a cup with his junk
situation
out. Yeah, with a situation. A situation, Your Honor. He had a situation out, and he was peeing in the cup. But I had noticed unexpectedly that he had a minor erection. Your Honor, I was just confused. You know, and when I looked around, you know, Your Honor, I'm observant. And I had seen, Your Honor, that there was some dudes out there that was looking, you know, decent. We're not blind, Your Honor. You know, we're not blind. You know, there was some nice looking men out there, and I couldn't help but to think that was the cause. Now, mind you, jokingly, Your Honor, I made a few statements. Mind you, I'm a little tipsy, I'm a little lit. So jokingly, I made a few comments to him. Immediately, Cedric got upset. Cedric threatened to put me out on the highway. I almost tried to throw his car in park on the highway. Tried to throw his car in park and told me to get out of his car because I was joking around about his minor erection. But I just felt like it was funny to me, Your Honor. Like, I really didn't understand why you had a minor erection and you were peeing.
Okay, now, you can respond briefly and not too detailed.
He was going on and on and on about the situation. So at this point, you know, I'm livid. I'm like, you know, I don't even want to talk, like, why are you going on about the situation? And all a guy had to do was speak.
I got you. And I'm glad we were talking about this because the next thing I do want to talk about is the manner in which you two argue because apparently y'all show out a bit.
I sprint back out the house. I'm fixing to get ready to go. And as I'm reversing out of the parking lot, he jumps from the second flight of stairs in the apartment complex off of the patio.
Onto what?
On top of my car.
Mr. Johnson, would you care to give me your version of that event? Tell me about the time you two broke up, because somebody jumped off of something.
He found out, okay, this was around the time he claimed I, quote unquote, cheated on him. Well, after he said that I cheated on him, he agreed that we would try to, you know, stay together and work our issues out or whatever. So it wasn't even 3 days later, I come home from work and I was getting ready to walk up my stairs, and I noticed him and another guy sitting outside on the staircase together. So I didn't even say, at that point, Your Honor, I didn't even say anything. I just continued on walking in the house. I just walked right past and I just gave him a little look like, you know. But so I walk in the house and I change my clothes and I sprint back out the house. I'm fixing to get ready to go. So I done crunk up my car and I'm driving, I'm in reverse. And as I'm reversing out of the parking lot, he jumps from the second flight of stairs in the apartment complex off of the patio.
Onto what?
On top of my car.
Mr. Johnson, would you care to give me your version of that event?
Your Honor, I'm not sure or for certain how many days after I had found out that he had cheated on me that this was. However, we were still in a very much rocky place in our relationship. So the person that I had invited over to the house, I didn't have many friends in Dallas. I'm not from Dallas, I'm from Florida. So I didn't have many friends in Dallas. The dude that was he wasn't even a friend of mine. He was just somebody I needed to vent to about my relationship. Like, I was talking to him about my relationship. Now, mind you, when Cedric came home, we didn't speak because, like I said, we weren't on really speaking terms. You know what I'm saying? Like, we weren't on the best of terms.
But I want to know why you flew out off the balcony.
Because he thought, no, Cedric tries to do this to me. Cedric, when I'm ready to talk about something or I feel like it's time to talk, Cedric likes to run and hide and stick his head in the hole like an ostrich and act like, you know, the stuff never existed. And it's like, you can't do that. Like, you can't run from me. Like, you can't run from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, moral of the story, you can't run from me. If I have to turn into the FBI, if I have to turn into Spider-Man, if I have to turn into Judge Lynn Toler just to get the information that I need out of you.
That's what you're gonna do.
I'm going to do it. Because I feel like I'm owed that. I feel like I'm owed an explanation.
So you jump off the balcony.
I jumped from the second floor to his vehicle. And once I jumped on the vehicle, I was like knocking on the windshield. Like, I was comfortable, like it didn't hurt or nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was very much giving Spider-Man. Like, I was very much giving stunt queen, like I've been doing this my whole life. Like, and I guess when you're angry, you know, but when you're angry and like if you're really mad or you're really into something and you fall and you scrape, you know, it don't hurt. So that's what it was giving. Like, it didn't hurt, like I wasn't bothered. I was knocking on the windshield trying to get him to open the door that he would not open. So I had to threaten Cedric multiple times. I will kick your windows in if you don't get out and talk to me like a grown man.
Get off the hood and talk like a grown man. I got a whole compatibility test. I got a professions of love I need to do, and I'm running out of time. So I'm gonna see if I can compartmentalize all this and pop some flavor on you, and wrap this up the way it should be wrapped. I just had to remind myself, we are here on a Before Your Vows. We've talked about all the lumps and the bumps and the bumpy roads, but I want you to give me 30 seconds, and just 30 seconds, Mr. 30. All positive. Why Mr. Lloyd is the man for you. Are you ready? Go.
Because he's sensitive, he's emotional, he's caring, he's loving, he's chocolate. He got bone structure in his face for days. And he's really genuine. I feel like he authentically loves me for me. I don't feel like I have to put on a charade. I don't feel like I have to be a character. I feel like I could come out of all this or put it all on and he gonna love me either way.
Either way.
You know, I feel
Lovely.
like he's genuine.
You get an A for that one. Mr. Lloyd? The bar has been set pretty high. 30 seconds. Why Mr. Johnson is the man for you. Go.
I love Tamir. He everything to me. He's been there during times when I needed him the most. You know, this is my first time being engaged. I've never been engaged with somebody before, so that's how I know that this man right here is the man for me. The love is just unconditional.
I'm pretty.
What?
You forgot to say I'm pretty.
He is
Tell him he's pretty.
He's pretty. He knows he's pretty. You beautiful, babe.
I like you two. I think you two fit together. I think you just, ooh, like that. You got one problem, though, is that you're running on how you feel all the time, and you never stop to assess the situation logically. And just because you're fabulous don't mean you can't be factual, too. And all I'm trying to say is this. Let the emotions ride a little, pop and flash on the outside, but when you come home, bring it down and bring it together. You're not quite ready to be married. So I'm gonna slide this marriage certificate off the table and take it with me. But give it time to grow into it, manly and stably. And flash on, brothers. Flash on. This matter is adjourned.
I think we're still going to be together. I think we're definitely going to slow down a bit and take our time and not rush into getting married. But I definitely feel like we're going to continue to build our relationship, definitely.
Definitely. I love him still the same. We just maybe won't get married so soon, but we're definitely going to continue, engaged.